are the values of our democracy.
I think where we have to start the conversation about the contract campaign is thinking about Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Come to a historic moment, a moment in time where there are tremendous challenges and working people are under an enormous amount of pressure.
I think about it starting at Hershey because we knew that we were coming to a different moment in time for this contract campaign, that we were going to be having 60,000 members go to the bargaining table at a time when the economy was bad, when there were attacks on unions around the country and attacks on the middle class. And we believed that we would be in the center of that fight.
We need to do more. We need to do more because it's hard out there. We got contract battles, we got fight backs, we got reductions in force.
We felt that the only way to win in the contract negotiations was to be able to get the members involved at a level we'd never been involved before.
We have a responsibility as members to protect what is ours.
We asked the 1,000 members who came to make sure they thought of the union as their union, to make sure that they thought of it as their campaign, and it was about their life, and that they had to lead other members to take a greater part.
1,000 of our members came out and really learned some skills and really taking on the mission of, we can do more. Members pledged that they could do more.
What I learned here today, I can do more.
If we work hard together, we can get the things that we're asking for.
That together, with their help, we can do it.
Ahí fue donde nos prepararon y vimos que teníamos que mirar para adelante, hacia el futuro.
And that carried into our contract campaign. So by our May bargaining conference, where bargaining team members from around the country got together, they took seriously their mission to educate their coworkers, to make sure that they elected other worksite leaders in their buildings who would keep in touch and mobilize their coworkers and really take the fight to the street because they knew that this was going to be really hard bargaining.
If you would ask me 2-3 years ago, I would say I'm not getting involved in this. I mean, as long as I'm getting paid every week and I'm getting what I'm supposed to be getting, I'm not getting involved. But by me getting involved and knowing more about it, the more I got to learn about it, the more I wanted to be a part of it.
Antes tal vez ellos tenían una mentalidad de unión para algunas cosas que ellos no comprendían. Ahora ellos saben que el estar dentro de una unión es una lucha.
When I look at my grandson and they say they're going to take my pension and this and that, he kind of motivates me to get up and do whatever I have to do to protect what we have.
Once I went to one of those meetings and one of those shop store meetings where we had a lot of people show up, I'm like, wow, this may just work.
We believe that when you work hard for a living, you ought to be able to support your family without having to work 3 jobs to make that happen.
What really topped everything off was on September 28th, we did this rally with about 2,000 people in the street, and the building owners, so our members are ready to strike if we had to do that.
Members of the Service Employees International.
You see on TV news about all the cutbacks, so we knew we would have a fight on our hands, a much tougher fight than our previous contract.
Empezamos haciendo diferentes rallies porque realmente al comienzo se estaba haciendo un poco difícil la negociación.
The businesses that we went to talk to in 14 different contracts in 8 different states with 60,000 members at the bargaining table, the businesses felt this was a time that they could push us back.
Las grandes corporaciones hacen billions de dólares y nosotros mantenemos todas esas oficinas workable, limpias, trabajables para que ellos se sientan en confort.
At every single bargaining table, we had a difficult time. And what made the difference this year for us was that the members just came together in a new way. It transformed the union.
Nosotros dijimos, no aceptamos cero. Eso es injusto. Vamos a la calle. Cuando vieron que nos mojamos y que salimos fuertes y que hubo representación de todas partes, se asustaron. Nuestras gorras moradas dijeron, esta es la protesta. Vamos a ganar.
Thousands of office and building workers are on the move tonight, right there.
That is, janitors in D.C. could go on strike.
Hundreds of office building custodians are threatening to go on strike.
Members are hoping to affect the daily work of thousands in the city the best way they know how, by refusing to clean thousands of business offices.
The whole union as a whole, I think we all chipped in and we did our part.
with getting out there with the rallies and, you know, showing owners that we were willing to go out on strike if we had to.
That activity by those leaders, of leaders and leaders in buildings, really sent a message to the contractors, and I think in a lot of cases to the owners, that we were serious, that our membership was more serious than ever before.
The owners and the contractors, they saw the commitment of the workers differently, I think, this time also. The threat of the strike, it was real. It wasn't a threat, it was reality. The members were excited, they were ready to go, they were ready to strike, they were ready to fight for a good contract.
There was no, we're going to give you this. We actually had to, go out and fight for it, and that's what they were willing to do.
Particularly at the last part of the campaign in New York, when we had the strike vote, I saw a dramatic difference at that strike vote. We had 7,000 people come. There were 1,000 people who could not get into the Sheraton to cast their vote, and they wanted to cast their vote, and we had to hold their vote out on the street because they wanted to be there, because they knew this was a real fight, that the wealthiest landlords in the city were coming after them, after their pension, after their future. We were all there together, and we were in the fight together, and we knew we could pull this off.
Thousands of local office cleaners won't go on strike as scheduled.
Hundreds of unionized property service workers in Philadelphia have reached a deal.
Nearly 2,000 building cleaners in New Haven and Hartford will not go on strike after all. Allegheny County commercial office cleaners announced this afternoon that they ratified a 4-year deal.
Well, strike averted. New York City's 20,000 office cleaners will be on the job in the new year.
Yes, and our big fights and our hard work, we were able to keep everything. We didn't have to give back anything. Toda la vida, desde que estaba en la escuela y en la universidad, a mí me ha gustado participar, me ha gustado luchar por mis derechos. Y a mí me gusta, como dice, uno mismo tiene que reclamar lo suyo. No otras personas van a venir y van a reclamar por mí.
Creo que nosotros hemos logrado crecer como miembros de la Unión y crecer como líderes. Y hemos demostrado a las personas que tienen el poder económico que nosotros con nuestra unidad y con cada una de las organizaciones que hemos realizado, nosotros hemos logrado la firma de este contrato.
Nosotros los trabajadores nos estamos haciendo cargo de la misma unión. Somos los que estamos pregonando, somos los que estamos apoyando, somos los que estamos moviendo la 32BJ en este momento.
Also in New Jersey, 7,000 office cleaners have a tentative new contract. It's a 4-year deal. Members of Local 32BJ are set to get pay raises while keeping their health care and other benefits.
Without that leadership and that bold vision, these 7,000 people and their families would not be able to be entering the middle class. They would still be in poverty. And that, to me, is what the union is all about, and what the union movement should be all about, and what we hope America will be all about.
It's not just about our contract, it's about our country. We
Nuestra lucha por el contrato realmente se convirtió en una lucha por la mayoría, por el 99% de los trabajadores. Y eso yo creo que capturó la imaginación de nuestros miembros, así como la imaginación de aquellos que nos apoyan y aquellos que se preocupan de que nuestra economía se convierta en una economía para los pocos y no para la mayoría.
The union is not only thinking about the members, it's thinking about society itself. Because if we grow as a society, we grow as a country, and we'll be a stronger country. This will be a stronger America.
We are living in a historic moment. Occupy Wall Street is not just about Wall Street or about the banks. It's really about the inequality of wealth in the country, and that inequality of wealth is driving people into poverty.
There's no reason that so many people should be going through foreclosures, should be going through having a hard time paying their bills. There's a huge income inequality, and the only thing that really will solve that problem is if workers get out on the streets and really fight back.
This is a moment that we have to continue the fight in a new way. Take what we've been talking about, the new conversation that we're having in this country about inequality of wealth, and turn it into action.
La unión hace la fuerza, y todos unidos vamos a cambiar un día el país, el mundo entero, vamos a llegar unidos a lo que un día queremos llegar a ser.